when we achieve big things in life, we have to actually have a reason for doing these big things. And in actual fact, the hardest thing to find is a reason for doing something. Without having a reason, we'll begin something and we'll give this thing up. It's very human nature to start something and to discontinue it after a couple of months, to give it away. Five years ago, I stopped smoking. And it wasn't the first time that I stopped smoking. I actually have tried giving up smoking for 3 or 4 times in the past. But 5 years ago, I actually stopped smoking for good. And the reason why I was able to stop smoking for good, and I have not smoked now for 5 years, is because basically the price of cigarettes in Australia had become so expensive that it became such a big ordeal for me to purchase a packet of cigarettes every week. I never smoked that much. I'd smoke maybe, 6 or 7 cigarettes a day. So that would be, just say 1.5 packets of 25s a week. Something like that. On the weekends, of course, I would smoke more. So basically, 5 years ago, to buy a packet of 25s, it would cost you anywhere from $30 to $50. And this became too expensive for me. I was sick of, basically, I'd have a $50 note and I'd go to the tobacconist and I'd purchase a packet of cigarettes, and in my change, I would have maybe, $10 or $11 or something. And I was sick of giving such a large amount of money over for so little in return. Basically, now, if you bought a packet of cigarettes, it would be, what would it be? I'm talking about premium cigarettes. What would they be? $50 or $60 for a packet of 25s? So basically, if I was still smoking today, it would actually cost me more to buy a packet of cigarettes than what it would cost me to buy petrol for my car. And when I do purchase petrol for the car, this petrol that I purchase lasts me for 2 or 3 weeks, while a packet of cigarettes would only last me for 3 or 4 days. When I started this YouTube channel 2.5 years ago, basically what happened was I had found myself in hospital suffering a heart condition, and I was all by myself in hospital, looking up at the ceiling late at night, and I was flooded with all of these emotions. And I began, it had dawned upon me that I could have potentially died from this heart condition. And all of these emotions flooded me because I was thinking to myself, wow, all these things that I've been promising our Lord, all these things that I've been promising our Lord that I would do for him, I had not actually done them for him. And the emotion, I was flooded. As I said, I was flooded with this emotion, and I was thinking, wow, I could have died, and I didn't do anything for our Lord. And I began to feel ashamed. I was thinking, imagine if I died and I was speaking to our Lord face to face. I felt ashamed that I had nothing for him. I couldn't say, I love you, Lord. I've done this and I've done that. I felt as though I had let our Lord down. And I made a promise at night as I was staring up at the ceiling that as soon as I got out of hospital, I would begin to do the many things that I had promised our Lord that I would do for him. I started this channel to make public my thoughts and beliefs, my desires. I started this channel to give birth to this thing that I must do. My whole life I've wanted to do this thing for the Lord. I cannot tell you what this thing actually is that I want to do for the Lord, because if I do tell you what this thing is, then the magic and mystery will have faded. YouTube has become my platform for beginning something much bigger. I make these videos for you, my audience, and I thank you for your support and love over the last 2.5 years. But the real reason why I make these videos is for my God. These videos give flesh to my spirit. These videos make my desires for Christ, our Lord, real. I am not just saying that I would do these things. I am doing these things. And so, if we have a reason for doing something, and if this reason is sacred and special for us, we shall do this thing potentially indefinitely. But if we don't have a reason for doing anything in life, we shall give up these things that we do because we don't have a reason for doing these things. When lockdown is over and life goes back to how it was, I shall begin to do more things. And I ask you all to pray for me as I do for you.